Yo, what's up? This is Ibi. Welcome to a new episode in my channel. Today I got infiltrated in the office of Algam. This is the guys that works with the music instruments. Here we have the guys from ESP. And today I'm gonna talk about one thing that I've been talking with the guys from here, also some musicians. But first, let me just leave the camera here. And basically, I was talking about being in a band and signing with the label. And I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be very, very interesting for most of you guys, because a lot of bands are relying a lot on the promotion when they want to sign with a label. They think that a label will solve these promotional problems that they have, you know? And this is one of the very biggest mistakes that any band can have, to rely the promotion on a third person like a label, okay? And basically, I'm here today. We will record some videos later with this ESP to do some promotional from the brand. But I was having this conversation. I'm seeing many bands also doing this mistake, and I'm receiving questions about other bands that are also in the same stages, that they are like looking always for this label to correct the promotion, the lack of promotion they have, the lack of numbers. And I just wanted to make this video inspired by all of this, to put some clarity on you guys that probably you have a band, your numbers are stagnant, and you would like to increase the numbers, but you don't know how to do it on your own maybe, and you think that signing with a label is your solution, and that is very wrong. And also, by the way, today I was checking the posts of the album release promotion that a band that I'm very fan, I'm not gonna mention the name, but a band that I'm very fan, because it's a very old band, but they are promoting the new album, and all they are doing, you know, is of course going on tour, which is the normal thing that everybody band is doing. But in regarding the promotional thing about digital promotion, they just post reviews on of the magazines. They post some photos and just the video clip. The only video that they post is a reel of a snippet of their new music video. And man, I was thinking to myself, you know, and I was also sending this to my students, you know, at Extreme Metal Business, which is the school where I talk and I make bands realize and learn all these things so they can create more impact with their releases. I was telling to them, man, when I'm seeing these kind of posts and narrative about the new album release of this band, it doesn't bring any pulsation, any action deep inside of me. It doesn't give any reason for me to wanting to listen to the new album. Even that I'm fan of the band and I love the band and I respect the band, but the new music doesn't give any reason. The narrative and everything, all the communication that the band is doing through socials, is not giving me any reason for me to check out the new album. And this is very sad, because this is how used to operate in the physical world, you know, in the analog world 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, when bands, what all they needed to do is create a great album and then sign a great label deal with whoever, and then try to expose this album into record stores, promotion into magazines and radios, and hopefully TV, and of course playing. And this was all the promotion that the band needed to do to be a successful band and get pumped in the front of people, you know, and to appear in front of people and make sales. But nowadays, far from this is an outdated way of promoting. I'm not saying that having presence in magazines doesn't work, or having presence on radios or TVs doesn't work. Of course it works and brings status and brings branding, let's say. But being in this day-to-day, you know, in the phones of your audience, potential audience, that's the big thing, you know. That's the big thing. That, by the way, I just released a artist survival kit, which is the promotion, the Spotify promotion that major labels do, and I'm not gonna go deep into this because it's too long, but you have the step-by-step free training in the link in the description of this bio. It's called Artist Survival Kit, and this is how major labels run their campaigns. And if you have your new album or new music in the corner, I recommend you that you check this free training step-by-step, so you learn how to do it on your own release, okay? And now, link in the description. So now what I wanted to tell you guys is that this is the view, you know, this is the view that bands we used to have, But now bands, what they need, is to understand that the promotion is not on a third person, but it's on our own. I think it's important that if you're watching this video and you have a band, you understand that if you don't do the marketing, if you don't do the promotion, if you don't know how to communicate well and explain why you're doing the music and why giving people enough reasons to listen to your music, you're missing the big part of the game, which is releasing music nowadays online, which is all music is online. I'm sorry guys, it's not buying physical, it's really cool, but the music is available online and you want people to consume it and you want people to discover you online. So not giving reasons to people to consume your music, that's a wrong thing. And expecting that they will do it just because they're your fans, that's a wrong perspective. And just sending the link on WhatsApp or sending the link in whatever doesn't work. You need to create a narrative, create a something around a universe around your album that magnetizes people. And to tap into this thing, it's first tapping into the soil where you're building this cathedral, which is your album, is why you're building this cathedral, why you're doing this album, and giving this why to people will create curiosity on, okay, why then I should consume your music. And learning these skills, these skills on getting better, creating this narrative, creating the reels, the content, not just communicating this, but also playing this with your instruments, maybe doing lip sync videos with reels, doing this day-to-day promotion, that it's very important that you keep your people engaged. It's very important to also add it on your social medias. So it's not just about you playing, just you receiving reviews on magazines, just you being played in some radios, specific niche radios. It's you doing this 360 promotion before, during, and after the album is released, that keeps people engaged in what you're doing. This is the online presence, and not tapping into this is missing a big part of the picture nowadays. Just relying that just playing music live, it's gonna take you to increase your audience, that's missing a big part. Just you pretending that you sign a deal with somebody and he's gonna do this promotional part for you, that's missing a big part of you. And just one thing, okay, very important. When you're signing a deal as a band, I'm not against signing deals. I'm just against bands relying that the power is on labels. Because I'm seeing all the time, these deals that are unfair to bands, and probably maybe it's your case that you've signed a deal that it was not good enough. And you have to understand that not all labels understand this. Not all labels dedicate marketing budget. They have marketing budget. Not all labels understand this. Maybe some labels, what they will do is give you the album, produce you the album, distribute it in some stores, and appear in some magazines. I want you to think about this. Do you think this is worth? Is this worth to sign a label deal for this, compromising the benefits that you will get because you will have to buy then the album from this label, not at €1, but now at €4 or whatever, and now you will have to buy them from them the CDs. Then they will keep maybe some royalties on some things, or maybe they will keep some percentage on some or some exclusivity on merch. It's very important that you start a negotiating a deal from this perspective of I have this value as a band, I have this community, I have this number of sales yearly with the latest album. So now what I want is a label that gives me more, that opens me some doors, that give me more chances to be more exposed. But if this is not the case, if they just are in charge of producing the album and getting you vinyls and CDs and advancing the money of the studio costs, is this worth? Is this worth to be with these guys? To sign with these guys? Because maybe you can find another way. You can find another way. And well, here, just talking also with the Algam marketing team promotion, they work, when they have to promote these guitars from ESP, when they have to promote the amplifiers and everything, they use magazines. But it's a 20 or 10% of the budget that they are using. The 90 other percent, it's on internet, on shooting videos, on paying ads, so they they pop up in the screen for you to check out the guitar online, and then other ads to retarget you, you know, and inciting you to buy the guitar. It's a different world, you know. It's a machinery of actions that will make sales. And of course, appearing in a magazine for ESP, it's branding, more like awareness, it's branding, and it's reaching to another type of customer. But you have to understand, you know, that you have a limited budget on your band, and you have to think, okay, is it worth to spend 500, 1,000 euros on promotion in physical magazines or webzines, niche webzines, or is it more worth this to spend these 500, 1,000 euros into another type of promotion? Maybe it's ads on Instagram, on Meta ads on Facebook. Maybe it's on influencers that are niche into your thing. You know, maybe it's another type of promotional tools that you never thought about it, and maybe it's something that you should start checking out. So I think it's important, guys, that you wonder and you question yourself what is the best ways nowadays, because, and I want you to not just pay attention to what all the old guys are doing, like what I told you in the beginning of this video. One of my favorite bands was releasing album lately, and I love the band, but I don't love how they are promoting the album, which I understand. They come from another generation, they don't give a fuck. You know, they just release it and they do it in whatever way. But this, you know, becomes like the role model of a lot of bands like us, you know, like with Cryzix, that we followed the steps of these kind of bands for so long. And for us, it took us to this road that you go in autopilot, like, okay, I have a band, I have a new album, I want to get bigger in Europe, so I am gonna sign with this label because this looks like the path that everyone is taking. But is this really the path that it will make you grow your awareness and increasing the awareness of your new album online, signing with this deal with this label? This is what I want you to question yourself, because everything is changing so fast, and we are still following the steps of these bands, these old bands, because they are just legendary bands, and we think that they are doing great. But no, sometimes somebody has to say, no, they're not doing it great. They are just doing it by default, like they used to do 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. But now the game changed, and now it's time for new bands, even that they play traditional styles, that they check other options, other styles, other ways of doing it. That's what I'm trying to encourage you here, guys, in this kind of videos. I hope that this opened you a little bit the mind on this. And I want to just remind you guys that every month I try to help 5 bands that are also in this struggle, as I did with Cryzix back in the day, and I try to give them some guidance. I am personalized. I in person want to check what are their stats, what are they doing, what are the things that they are lacking, so I can give you a good guidance. Because sometimes you write me a message, but it's, you know, difficult to reach into these details. That it's very important, you know, to track these details to then accelerate the process and get better results. So every month I try to do these sessions. My free spots on the calendar that right now are pretty busy, but if you want to check it out, open the calendar and book a session with me, and I will help you 100% with my experience that at least so far took me here. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna record some material with these guys, these little dudes, the red one and the blue one. And let's have a nice time here with the guys from Algam. They're nice people. Thank you, guys. Until the next episode. Cheers.